Hey y'all, let's do a reading. We're starting out a little bit different than we usually do because I already have some of the Crow Oracle deck on the table. I basically just asked the universe just to show me what it needs to show me and no real direction or question, which is unusual. And then I used an oracle deck by accident, which is unusual. And what we got from the oracle deck was really pretty interesting. So I thought, well, let's just go ahead and make it fly. In the meantime, a series of events happened around here that made me shut off the video. So here we are. We have the Crow's Oracle deck with Distraction, which was on the bottom. We have Preparation, we have Scavenge, and we have Sacred Space. Are you getting the feeling of 2025? I am. Okay. What does that mean to us? Let's go ahead and use another deck to clarify. I have already shuffled. I'm going to just sort of lay these cards over as if it is sort of the second layer of the deck. So the bottom card is Temperance. The antidote to distraction, maybe? Or it's not the opposite of a distraction, right? It's the antidote. A lot of times we find ourselves intentionally seeking distraction to cope, right? Especially these days when it's so easy to get distracted. It's everywhere around us and on our little phones. So temperance truly is the antidote to that in many ways. When we have temperance, we have patience. If you're in a state of distraction, you do lack patience. If you're moving from one thing to the next to keep yourself, or accidentally, if you are distracted from your purpose, again, temperance is the solution. So the anecdote. So let's see if we come up with more anecdotes. The Six of Wands. So is this the answer to preparation, or is this part of the puzzle? Six of Wands. Six of Wands, we have celebration energy. We have reaching a pinnacle of a placement after difficulty. Yeah, we reach a place after difficulty, which we should celebrate. So there's that. Queen of Cups at Scavenge, and Eight of Wands at Sacred Space. Wow. There's a lot aspected with communication. A lot aspected with communication and being in a place where we accept, and not just accept, but appreciate that which we were given, which might not be on our vision board. It might not be on our set of list of goals. It might not be part of our dream list, but that which we were given has a place, right? I think, yes. Okay, let's use another deck to clarify. We're going to use our sweet little Rider-Waite-Smith. Okay. Is this your 2025, I wonder? Remember the Eight of Wands, for those of you who are skipping around, is clarifying the sacred space. This could indicate a lot of things. That's why I want to clarify it more. Let's look at the Six of Wands, because the bottom cards are pretty easy. We have the Hanged Man. spin mine. I'm going to switch them up. So that's preparation. Preparation for a celebration. Preparation for your time coming. Remember, some of you probably remember when there was Publishers Clearinghouse and that sweepstakes. It was crazy because I was a tiny little kid and they'd send stamps in the mail. For those of you who are too young to know this, we took joy in the little things back then. That's all we had. So especially if you were a rural kid on the farm. So we get these unsolicited packages of little stamps, and I don't even remember what the whole game was, but you had to fill out a ticket to send in to be part of this contest. And then if you won, and we still don't know if anyone actually won, Ed McMahon would show up at your door and he would give you your prize. Now, as time went on and I grew up, you saw this, growing up in the 90s, you saw this happening to people. They'd show up at your door, and I mean, I guess they still do that on HGTV for home renovations and stuff, but I digress. It used to be a whole thing. And I was shocked and in bewilderment every time Ed McMahon or someone would show up at the front door, because the people who answered the door were surprisingly fresh, surprisingly put together, and almost like they expected it. Of course they did. It was all staged. It was the beginning of that reality TV that we know now. But my point is, be ready. So let's just pretend that this reading is your email, your phone call, your text message from Ed McMahon saying, I'm about to show up at your door. You're going to be live on national television. You're going to win $1 million. So be ready. We're going to ding dong, and you better look good. Yeah, this is that. Okay? This is that. All right. So, Hanged Man's on the bottom. Oh, perhaps it's not Ed McMahon. Perhaps it's, unless you're into Ed McMahon, perhaps it's someone a little more savory that you might want, or maybe more than one person. Yeah, dude, whoever you are watching this, keep yourself, how do I say this? Man or woman, however you dress, however you put yourself together, make sure that you are tight. Make sure you are fresh. Make sure your look is, as the kids used to say, fly, but now it's make sure you've got the riz. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Drip too. Get the drip. This is really something, y'all. You have a potential for multiple suitors, multiple love interests, there's a lot of potential for people to be ringing on your door. Ding dong. Hello. Who is it? A soulmate. Oh, good thing I'm ready. Now, how do I choose between the soulmates? Because I've already got 5 or 6 hanging out in the kitchen waiting for me. Interesting. So if you're just listening to this, we've got the Lovers, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, and we've got the Empress, clarifying the 6 of Wands over preparation. This is a funky way to do readings, but I'm not mad about it at all. You shouldn't be either. Yeah, okay, so what does the universe want to tell you? Because I remember I did not ask for I had no prompt. I didn't ask for anything specific with this reading. In fact, I accidentally pulled the oracle deck of crows and not the tarot deck of crows. And then this happens. So, okay. Be ready. Be ready. You don't. I would go to the grocery store completely done up. Do not wear sweatpants unless that's the kind of soulmate you want to attract. Do not wear sweatpants and be an absolute mess at the grocery store. Be kind to everyone. Nobody, nothing's more unattractive than rudeness to a cashier. All right, so when you're going about your day, the holidays are stressful, try to take a moment, have that temperance, pay attention, be intentional. Be intentional, pay attention. Don't be distracted. Don't be in your phone. That's number one. How are they supposed to ring your doorbell if you've got, TikToks blaring through your phone and you can't hear the fucking doorbell? I'm just saying, okay? I'm going to try to keep it cool, but I see a lot of people distracting themselves from potential happiness just by sitting on their phone. A lot of people just walk on by other people, even if they find, nobody's going to interrupt you while you're on your phone. But people think you're cute out there and you're not looking. Okay. Lots of people think you're cute, but you're not paying attention. All right. Okay. I'm just saying, huge shift could happen in the world going forward if we would take a breath. Okay. Queen of Cups and the Scavenge oracle card. I'm not getting the love energy as much. I'm kind of getting let's wait for the clarifiers, because what I get is very fragmented. So let's clarify this. That's crazy how that came out just like that. Be ready for these new people to come in your life. And it could be, it's the Lover's card, but it could be a passion, a life's purpose. It could be multiple passions, multiple life purposes come up. And, of course we have them. It could be many things. Family members returning, friends finding you after lifetimes. It's pretty cool. Be ready to accept them with open arms. The Chariot is on the bottom for the Queen of Cups. Page of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, as I said, getting a lot of communication and fast movement, but I'm feeling like I'm really feeling similar to the Temperance card and the Distraction card. The Queen of Cups is the antidote to this scavenging lifestyle. I feel this, there's two things. First of all, accepting this new friendship, new love, new purpose will give you a sort of paradigm shift into a more loving place than you have been recently. It's going to allow you to sort of leave behind this scarcity mentality that you've had, maybe for the last year, maybe for multiple years. Accepting this new person, passion, or friendship into your life is the Queen of Cups on your scavenging, scarcity, sort of poor experience of most recent history. Okay? But the way that it comes in is so soft and so nurturing and so quick that you really, again, need to fall back under temperance and intention and open your eyes and your heart to receive it. Because this energy could just come to you and either be sidelined, ignored, laughed at. There's a lot of different reactions you could have to this energy because it's not in your face. It's not powerfully asserting itself. You really can't do that with love until there's trust. And you have to open your heart to trust this a lot because it's coming in very soft. So yes, this might be a powerful connection with someone, but it's going to come in soft. You've got so many preconceptions and maybe walls built up and maybe experiences that keep you from being open, that it has to come in soft. Because if it comes in any other way, you're going to lock down, right? So this is what it needs to be, but it also gives it a potential if you're not in temperance, if you're not accepting of that alchemy energy, you could ignore it. You could do many, many, many things to this energy if you're not careful. So would you like to get out of the scarcity energy that you've been in? Would you like to have a more loving existence on earth? Would you like someone to care about you in a different way than you're used to? Well, just keep your heart open. Keep your temperance, keep your vibe, keep your energy at a place where you could imagine, like if you're in a field and you see an orphaned deer or an orphaned animal in this field, and you know that their life is dependent on you and your life is kind of dependent on it. If they're curious about you, do you think standing up and running towards it is going to help? No. Do you think just distracting yourself or doing something else might help? Probably not. It'll probably turn away and try to find something with more intention. But it's that deer in a field, that wounded orphaned animal that you need to be open to. And I'm not saying this person or energy is wounded. I'm saying that's the kind of empathy you need to have in your temperance, in your heart, in order to accept it in, and then your life will really change. And it's time for that. It's time for this celebration of life and loving after you've been through such hell, such trials. I can tell that. So, all right. Love it. I love it. I love this reading. All right. So what do we have here for I got chills for real. We have sacred space and we have the 8 of Wands. There's a little bit of fear coming off the 8 of Wands. Let's see if we can figure it out. What does sacred space and the 8 of Wands mean here? There's quite a bit of contemplation, I think, when there should be action. There should be talking, there should be action. And I think you might be a little afraid to be vulnerable and share with this person, but you need to, and you need to pretty early, whether it's a friend or a lover or a passion. You might find yourself in front of a camera very soon. If you do a lot of volunteer work, or if you do, if you have a passion behind your work, or if you have a passion about a hobby, you might find yourself in front of a camera or being recorded or having a platform where you can tell other people about this. And I think it's going to come soon, and you really need to pour your heart into it. You really need to share your vision and your experience from a place of the heart, not the head. You need to have you need to let your emotions fly, basically, is what I'm saying. And I think you're a little bit scared to do that because you are not used to it, maybe, or maybe it's scary because then you're vulnerable. But if you're interested in this, I think the opportunity for you to let your emotions fly and be very vulnerable is going to come super quick. And you need to just push through that fear. You know, what do you have to lose, really? You have a lot to gain. And it's that fortune after difficulty energy that you want, right? That doesn't just happen. We really need to nurture that energy. So that's what is happening here with that little bit of fear that I sense is in becoming really vulnerable. But it's going to come fast. It's going to come really fast. So I would use the opportunity to share your unique viewpoints, feelings, and really share it with the whole world. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Now is the time to be bold. Take risks. Bottom card is the Ten of Cups. Definitely the reward is there. Yeah, but there's a little bit of a tendency, a fear, I think mostly it's probably core programming, and it's your trigger response is to either make something up that's not true. I think some people, let me just say this, some people are not liars because they're trying to hurt someone. Some people don't tell the truth because they're trying to protect themselves. Because when you do tell the truth, you leave yourself open to be vulnerable. So there are people who make up their entire past history is a fabrication and is make-believe. But telling a lie that someone attacks, if someone attacks you for a past that didn't really exist, it doesn't hurt. But if you would have told the truth and someone attacked you for the truth, that would hurt, right? If you're in a place of vulnerability with it. And the deeper that you get entrenched in this fabrication, the more lies you have to tell, right? So just, keep that in mind, that sometimes people don't tell the truth because they want to protect the truth from judgment. And that might be your tendency to do this now, but I wouldn't. I think the risk is worth the reward. And then we have the Seven of Wands. And then that is not, is it? No, it's not. We have the Three of Cups. This, it's a little bit of, it's that sweet, quiet energy, And I think if you take your time with it, because also you need to be careful of like the fallout, right? Because if you tell someone all of the truth, if you just like go into this, like, I hate this phrase, but if there's like diarrhea of the mouth and you're just telling somebody everything and really letting your vulnerability, like putting it on display, the devaluation of your self through that action is profound. You really need to know how to, so how do you do that? You pull back a little bit and you just are very conscientious about what you share. Just because, not because, is this person going to judge me? Am I telling them too much? Are they going to run if I tell them? No, what you want to be aware of is your own feelings about it. Don't care what they think about it. If they're the right people, they'll be around. But you don't want the emotional fallout and the vulnerability hangover the next day. So it's for your own benefit that you're actually just sort of easing into, little by little, telling somebody or being interviewed or however it happens, you're in touch with how to tell your story in a vulnerable, emotional way. We don't say everything, but we say enough to share our experience in that way that's relatable. And that's for us. So we keep some of it to ourselves, and it's for them too. You don't want to bombard somebody with too much information. So that's the sort of suggestion from the universe in terms of how you handle this, because I think you are going to need to be emotional and vulnerable with this energy from the very beginning, from very, very soon, especially if it's like, if you're championing if you're championing a cause, right? If you are telling someone your life's purpose on the radio or on the TV, in a video, on a podcast, you don't want to give them the facts and figures and be very dry about it. You want an impassioned story that involves the storyteller. Without involving the storyteller, the story is benign, right? So there's a lot of potential here, and there's a lot of opportunity, multiple energies coming into your life. And so when I say, watch out for the vulnerability aspect of it, be open and be communicative and be careful with how you do it. Be temperate. Also remember that there's multiple energies coming through, and you might decide to tell someone one thing and someone the other thing, and it just, however you feel like you need to do it, you need to check with yourself most of all. Don't care so much how they're going to receive it. Be respectful of them and how you tell it, but mostly care about yourself and let them know, hey, I'm telling you this in the best way that I can, and my intention is to be open and vulnerable with you, and also protect my own space. So, sacred space, that's you. Amazing reading. I'm shocked that such an accidental sort of tiptoe into what do you want us to know, universe, turns into such a profound message. So I hope that all of you also understand, as my disclaimer, that not one reading since the beginning of tarot has come out of a vacuum. All readings are influenced by the reader and the time in which they're pulled. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind this is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, it was the right time for you. And the timeline doesn't have to be immediate. This could happen in a day, a week. Maybe it's already started happening. Maybe it happens in 2025 at some point. You could be anywhere in this timeline. but it also could happen over the course of time. This could happen over the course of your lifetime. So when I say multiple people, it could be over the course of decades, right? As it take me generally like, oh, they're not all sitting around in your kitchen at once, right? But the memories and the experiences of them are. And so we carry past loves, past friendships, past experiences, past jobs, past purpose. We take it with us into the next relationship. And so be mindful of that when you're making a choice or when you're, going towards someone. See how it feels knowing you're past someone. So it could happen over the course of days or weeks or decades. Maybe there are really 5 people ringing your doorbell today. I doubt it, but thanks, you guys. Really cool reading. Thanks for being here and sharing it with me.